Okay, thanks very much for that, Natalie. We've got one supplementary in this theme. Suzanne Jeffrey? Okay, thanks very much. Suzanne, campaign against climate change, speaking specifically supplementary 12.3.
Thanks, Conference, and it is a real pleasure and a privilege to speak after Natalie. Suzanne from Campaign Against Climate Change. The Campaign Against Climate Change became part of the signatories group of the People's Assembly as quickly as we could, because we recognise that the issue of climate change has so many similar themes to it, to the issue of austerity and the purpose of the People's Assembly, that the very same people who are uninterested in the lives of the vast majority of us in order to put their own interests and their own wealth ahead of it and have wrecked the economy in that way are exactly the same people who are willing to put the interests of their own profit first before the interests of the people and the planet that we rely on. The problem is a real and an urgent one, and the whole question of the rise in greenhouse gases, mainly from fossil fuels, which are heating the planet, I think is an issue which, although science completely and utterly is uncontested on this, it's a contested issue in society, and therefore it is one that the movement needs to take up. It's one that the movement needs to be able to debate. It's one that the movement needs to be able to explain and discuss with our friends, with our colleagues, and with our workmates. The reality, as Natalie has said, of climate change is not something that is in the dim and distant future. It's a reality which is with us today. The extreme weather events that we saw in the last few months in this country, they're not benign consequences of climate change. The likes of Owen Paterson, for example, will speak about climate change as though a globally warming planet is going to be beneficial for us. They speak about climate change as though it's something that we can actually adapt to. That is not the reality of climate change. The climate change we've experienced so far is a 1-degree warming. What scientists are saying is if we continue in the same way, we're talking about a 4-degree warming. That's not something that humans can adapt to, that we can adapt to. And yet that's something that Owen Paterson tells us that we can adapt to. The reality is that for people like Owen Paterson, while they're trying to shift the debate, to applications, because they've got a vision where the rich will look after themselves in a warming planet and the rest of us will sink or swim or drown, and we've got to challenge that agenda. People aren't against change. It is a lie to say that people get on a bus and they cheer that it's a bus run on fossil fuels. People get on a bus and what they want to see is a decent transport system. That's why the solutions to climate change are solutions that are going to benefit ordinary people. We're asking the People's Assembly to support the Campaign Against Climate Change Time to Act campaign. Next year is an important year, 2015. We're in a run-up to a general election and we're in the run-up to the Paris COP talks, where the next international agreement will be made. The Campaign Against Climate Change has called for a national demonstration in March the 7th of next year, of 2015. We're asking People's Assembly to invite us onto a platform to speak about our campaign. It's vital that the politicians do not get away with saying that we don't care about the question of climate change.
Sorry. Year away. Thanks very much. Thanks very much for that, Suzanne. I'm going to take both of those motions, 12.2, well, sorry, it's one motion, the rest was supplements, that was a supplementary. 12.2, the main motion, the others are supplementaries and supported. So, again, can I have a seconder for the main, please, just formally? Taken. Anybody want to speak against? No? Okay, all those in favour, this is motion 12.2 through to 12.5, pages 56 to 59. Any against? None against? And any abstention? Okay, that's carried. Thanks very much. Unanimous. Okay, colleagues, I'm moving on to theme 13 on the NHS.